Welcome. It's time for the papers. We're going to give you guys the headlines, especially as today is a very special day in Nigeria's history. Monday, the 29th for May 2023, we're going to be starting with the Tribune. I'm not here alone. Of course, we have the delectable Mrs. Aisa in the house here with me. Thank you very much. All right, so today I'm going to start. Let's start with the big headline here for the Tribune newspaper. Tinubu takes oath of office today, his road to presidency. The riders here, Abuja agog, all set for his inauguration. Eagle Square takes shape. Security forces cordon off 3 armed zones. Governor-elect set for inauguration in 28 states and world leaders arrive. This is a very big event, especially since yesterday. After talks about how Abuja is filled to the brim. There's plenty of traffic there and all. So you can see that there's plenty of preparations. People arriving the center for the big event.
You can imagine how the airports would look right now. You wouldn't want to be doing any unnecessary traveling right now in that space. But it's also interesting to note that, in terms of governors-elect, we have 18 new governors and 10 returning governors. So, it's really significant when we have 28 states all having their inaugurations as well today. So a lot is happening all over Nigeria. It's going to be interesting to see who shows up and how the Eagle Square is going to look today.
Well, you can see that already from the photo story there. I see plenty of preparations. There's still more headlines here for Tribune. Olubadan, Ayaoku, Emefiele, Osaba, Daura, others for national honors, and Buhari discriminated against South, says Clark. That on page 102 will make for very interesting read there. That's all we can take for the Tribune. What do you have?
I have with me the Nation newspaper. Of course, a lot of congratulatory messages on all the covers of the papers this morning from, different organizations and parastatals. It says here, world leaders for Tinubu's inauguration. And as I mentioned earlier on, 18 new and 10 second-term governors to take oath of office. It also says here, Anyoku, 339 eminent Nigerians get national awards. Reps concur with senators on CBN Act amendment. And that's what we have on the cover of The Nation.
Moving real quick to the Punch newspaper, same story here. Tinubu takes oath as president. Nigerians demand quick action. That's something everybody is expecting. And also private sector demands blueprints on economy and fuel subsidy. Don't pity me. I asked for the job. I won't give up. I won't give excuses, says the president-elect. That's Tinubu himself. And Tinubu worked hard to be elected president, says Buhari. Plenty of expectations regarding fuel subsidy especially, but there was plenty of talk about that over the weekend regarding the subsidy and how it might go. There are very many parties to this story and how we might eventually find that this matter would go in this new dispensation. One last one for the Punch newspaper. African presidents, U.S., Canadian delegations arrive for inauguration. You must also accept the fact that there had been plenty of groundwork done by the president-elect before the inauguration date, him traveling across the world trying to make relationships with these countries. So you'd only expect that they'd have to, or they'd be at the inauguration. And and
whoever we do see today at Eagle Square will actually, sort
indicative of what to expect regarding the relationship between Nigeria and that country. Very true.
So once they've arrived, that's the first step. What happens after inauguration is also going to be very key. Everybody's also looking out for the first 100 days after inauguration as well. So that's something to note. Let's see which other paper we have here.
For our final paper, I think we have the Guardian newspaper.
Yes, the Guardian newspaper. We have here cautious optimism as Tinubu offers hope to weary Nigerians. Then there is, a sort of infographic here on, sorry about that, an infographic here on, Buhari's tenure as it ends and his 8-year performance indicators. So that should go for an interesting read if you get the chance to find the Guardian newspaper. So let's see if we can go into some of these indicators.
Very fine print there. I'm not very sure if
fine
you can
print.
do that.
I'm going to see, so you can see the green bar and the red bar there in many different areas. I'm trying to see if you can see it here.
No, I don't think they can.
There are, it's a little blurry here.
But the headline on there says Buhari's tenure ends, but not his rare economic footprints. Especially at the end of it, there's plenty of,
there was quite a lot of nostalgic pictures going on online as well of, the president and vice president basically leaving, preparing to leave, saying bye to their staff, giving speeches and, prayers, thanks to God as well. We were seeing a lot of that online, which is something we've not actually seen because social media has actually given us a chance to, have a little window into what actually happens
And
during
one
the
more
handover.
thing, which forms a headline here for page
Yeah.
8 on The Guardian. I apologize for my difficult choices that caused pains, Buhari tells Nigerians. I found that rather humane. I'll just say, as on a personal note, personally. It's something we should note.
Apologies when they come, especially, they're difficult choices that we probably
May not
would
understand
never
the background
understand.
for.
There are probably some things we'll probably never even hear about. Some decisions, hard choices, especially as a leader of such a strong nation.
Multifaceted nation.
Exactly. Sometimes you're probably in between a rock and a hard place, and when you're making decisions like that, you're making decisions for an entire country. There's so many things you have to just put aside. And now that is now the job of the new incoming president.
Yes.
We, as it says here, cautious optimism as Tinubu offers hope to weary Nigerians. Now that's what we have on the cover of The Guardian.
And indeed, that's all that we have for today. You might want to pick one or two of these papers up and read. If you have your opinion that you'd like to share, well, why don't you? Go ahead, use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC. Would like to hear. Thank you very much for joining us for the papers. Do stay tuned. We've got more than enough for today's edition of Wake Up Nigeria. We'll be back.